might go and investigate the price of oak dowel to purchase to put in there. Right, I've just made 1, 2, 3 to go with 1, 2, 3 that I managed to rob off my dad. So I will get these put in and the whole chair glued together once I have done a little bit of final shaping on these two brackety bits here. Right, I've done the blending on the joins here and all around everywhere else, and we've got dowels cut to the right lengths, hopefully, and in one half, so we'll get some glue in the other half and bang it together.
The next day.
Lovely stuff. Let's also check if this still fits. Just about perfect. That'll be fine. I've also just podged a bit of wood filler into the holes for the other corner braces so that when it's dry and I'm ready to, I can gently re-drill those and hopefully reattach the old triangular braces with 2 of the original screws, and then 2 I'll have to replace. They went missing, but that's no problem. They won't even be seen anyway. For now, I'm going to put the last 2 of these on, just get a little get all the glue out of the corners, make sure it all fits nicely, and get one there and one, it will be up there somewhere. Okay, once again we're on the waiting game on those, but I might give it a little while and then try and persevere with the triangles, or is that too much? Don't be too greedy, Chris. The last thing I want to do is knock them off.
3 hours later.
Right, it's been a couple of hours, and although these haven't fully dried yet, they're on there enough, I think, to be able to not worry about these coming off anymore. Needs to do a little bit of shaping to them, but first I will get these last 2 braces in. So yeah, we're going to glue them on first, and then I'll be able to drill through the existing holes, just a small hole for the 2 screws on each one. Ugh, no wonder that tastes horrible. It's covered in glue. Ugh. I hate flat-headed screws, but having just enlarged that hole 1 extra size up, that one's gone in quite nicely. I've just seen it squeeze things together a bit more and splurge a bit of glue out, so that's a good sign. This one. Also going in quite nicely. Getting a bit tighter now. I need to just drill that one out a little bit more. Should be plenty deep enough. Have to go a little bit bigger diameter. Stand by. That's much better. 3.5mm hole. There we go. Perfect. Right, that was the 2 original screws. The 2 new ones, or the 2 that I've lost, I'm going to replace with these. I know they're silver and not, well, brass, and they're posi, not flathead, but let's get with the times a bit, and like I say, no one will see them anyway. I've gone for these wide panhead ones just because the holes in these triangular braces are quite big, so that sits nicely in there and will pull things together beautifully, hopefully. And there we have it. The screws will hold those pieces of wood on securely enough while the glue dries on those. So all I have left to do now is rasp the 2 blocks that I put on earlier to shape. And there we have it, 1 chair restored, lickety split in Chris Jacobs' timescales for chairs, historically anyway. Yeah, that's all done. The glue on this one is just drying, but it'll be fine to sit on now. I've sanded off these bits, so it's all nice and smooth. Yeah, the seat here, my mother has offered to fix this hole and recover it as well, get rid of that gouge in there. So we'll pop this in here for now, but then perhaps it'll become even prettier in the near future. But I can pop that back in there for the time being. Take a perch, test that it is working beautifully, and perhaps tell you a little bit about where the thing came from in the first place. At my last university house in York, the year just gone, we had no dining table provided, and after a week that became very annoying, so we bought a dining table from a charity shop, and then we said we would get some chairs to go with it. Never ended up doing that, so we ended up sitting on some boxes for a year. But there was also this chair that the neighbours were throwing out, so one of us, I can't remember who, knocked on the door and said would they mind if we had it. They said no, so we had this to sit on as well, which was great for a while until it broke. My thought then was to just throw it away, you know, it's a shame but never mind. But one of the other housemates said that they wanted to keep it and try and fix it, but then they didn't have the space to take it home with them at the end of the year. I did, so I took it home and I have fixed it, and I intend to hopefully return it to them. So I will probably send them a photo of it presently and say, would you like me to continue sanding it ready and refinish it for you as well, or do they want to do that? But let them know that I fixed it, and perhaps let them know that Mother has offered to fix the seat as well. Yes, I think that's everything on the chair. Like I say, I've done everything back together, everything's glued up, glue is just drying on those last couple of bits, and the blocks are all, the replacement parts are in, rasped to match the existing frame and sanded just a little bit smoother. It's all feeling rather nice down there. One other thing before I go is this old thing, you may have noticed, is different from the Ryobi. Tragically, I was doing a job at school and reflecting only days before on how long-lived the Ryobi was turning out to be, and then it gave up on me. We did take it apart and search for spares because it seemed to be something with the trigger. There was not power getting from battery to motor. But the parts are discontinued on it, so unfortunately it had to go to the graveyard, and I was left with a choice of what to replace it with. Prices on Ryobis had gone up considerably, so I was kind of wanting to steer away from those. Was being tempted by the more luxurious brands of red and yellow, and I don't know which of those I want to go with long term. It will probably be either red or yellow, but while I make up my mind, I have experience of using yellows because my dad has quite a lot of those, but I've never used a red before, so I am now officially a Milwaukee man for the time being, and so far very much good. Loving this thing. Brilliant. Yeah, came with a little kit bag, a couple of batteries and a charger for a pretty good value, I think, for the size of the batteries I got. 5 amp hours. It's about the same weight with this big block on it as the Ryobi used to be, with only a 2 amp hour battery. So probably for Christmas I'll ask for some 2 amp hours to go on this, and then it'll be light as a feather. But anyway, some eagle-eyed viewers may have thought that my tool allegiances have shifted, and they have not necessarily shifted for definite, but I am experimenting, shall we say, and so far liking the red. But that's enough of that waffle. That's the chair done. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Goodbye.